Hey guys, just wanted to take a quick minute and have a chat about the JRP 14-1 multi-gauge I got fitted to the 80 series here. See a lot of questions get asked about what gauges to fit to their 80 series, even like the factory turbo motors. I've got a 1HZ in this and I've turboed it now, but I fitted this gauge before I turboed it just to get all the sensors right and see what the motor was doing, so then I can monitor it for when it is turboed to see how much effect the turbos had on the motor. So I'll show you where I fitted everything in the 80 series here. So I've got the little unit here just fitted up in the top corner of the dash. I've got the little control unit just velcroed down onto this little box I've made around my gear shifter, and you get a control module unit with it as well where all your sensors go into. I've just got that tucked up under the glove box there, plenty of room in the 80 series. So I'll show you a couple little features on it and I'll explain where I've got all my sensors. So that's just like a startup log. So yeah, you got your water temp up the top there, do my EGT, that's boost. I find that quite responsive and you can adjust how sensitive it is as well, which is pretty handy. I've got oil temp, that's intake air temp, and oil pressure. So the reason why the water temp and oil temp is blinking is one of the little handy features of this unit is you can actually set it for a warm-up mode. So I've got them to stop blinking when those temps hit 40 degrees Celsius. So that's your warning parameters. So I've just got my warnings set up in for all that. That's where my warnings will come on and they flash. You can have it alarm, and also a little option that I did opt in for was a little light that flashes with the audible alarm as well. So you can change all those. You can go up, down, change it to whatever temperatures you want. I find I keep it really safe. I don't want to be blowing up my motor or anything. For the water temp, so your top motor outlet, aluminium housing where your top radiator hose goes onto, you got your aircon cutout. So I removed that. I find out, because I'm monitoring it, if the temps get up, I'll just turn the AC off myself. But from factory, this will actually turn your AC off once temperatures get to about, I think it's about 108 degrees. So it's an M16 thread, and the thread for the JRP water temp sensors are 1/8 NPT thread. So you can just get a bush for that, and that goes straight in there. Eventually, up underneath the housing, there is a spot that you can drill and tap out. Once I do a full cooling system overhaul, I'll pull that boss off properly, drill and tap it, and I'll put this sensor back in. So EGT, when I turboed it, I got a redback exhaust. There was a boss in the dump pipe for that. I've just got it in that. So boost, I just tapped the factory 80 series crossover pipe and just put a brass barb in there to go to the supplied hose that comes with the kit off onto the boost sensor. I've just cable tied that onto the firewall. And we jump over to oil temperature. I drilled, when I turboed it, I took the sump off to weld in the return oil from the turbo. Also drilled and welded on a boss for a 1/8 MPT fitting, and I just screwed the oil temp sensor into the sump. And we come down to air intake temp. So your factory 1HZ, you'll have something like that coming off your crossover pipe going to your rocker cover. Your PCV, just your blow by, goes in as recirculation for the motor. Obviously when you turbo it, you can't keep that system in effect because you've now got boost pressure in that crossover pipe, and you don't want to be pumping your boost pressure into your rocker cover. So they give you the little cap in the kit that goes on the end of that. You can clamp it and happy days, but I ended up getting some vice grips that's just press fitted into your crossover pipe. I just pulled that out, I just tapped it out, fitted perfectly. It was perfect size for it, so it was just made to be. Nice and clean install too. And then oil pressure, so I just got the warning light on the dash. So I kept that sensor. I was able to do that by removing that from the block and getting a T-piece, fitting in a T-piece, putting the original 80 series warning light sensor in it, and then tapping one side to 1/8 MPT, because the factory 80 series uses 1/8 BSPT. They're 1 thread per inch apart. I just ran the tap in, thread tape. So yeah, that's about it, guys. If you've got any questions, you can shoot me a message, but to be honest, I just go straight to Just Race Parts, because that guy was a legend and sorted us out. Cheers.